Yes, y'all.
Tonight on the Boom Bap Chat, we welcome in YaH-Ra. Yo, Till, YaHRas. Let's kick it off, you know?
Yeah. Yes, let's kick it off. Thank you, Profound. I am MC Till.
And I am Profound.
I am Mas Murad. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And together we bring you the Boom Bap Chat number 97. As always, we are unofficially sponsored by Everybody's Records. So if you don't know about Everybody's Records, come see us in Cincinnati. Go check out the store. If you can't get here, you can check them out online at everybodysrecords.com. And I'm super excited, guys, because we are almost finished with all the writing for this Native Tongues book. I just cannot wait. I started to do some editing last night, so that's what I'm working on right now, and I'm super excited about it. Profound, what you been on lately, man? What are you working on?
Man, I've been on this Midnight Marauders piece, and me and Io tag teaming right on that. And I just went off into a Tribe Called Quest zone today, man.
Yeah,
And brother, like I was sitting here with my headphones on and nothing else going on and just listening sonically to Midnight Marauders and that People's Instinctive Travels. Like incredible, man.
Yeah, man.
Incredible, bro.
Super
Incredible, bro. That's what I've been on today. Io, what you been on, bro?
Cleaning the crib, bro. Like trying to get my mom coming in town tomorrow. So me and my queen, man, we just getting the house in order from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've been on. But it's just going back to the book, man. It's been so much fun writing the pieces for the Native Tongue book. I'm super excited about this book, man. And I can't wait to read Till. I read a couple Till's pieces. It got charged, got lit up. I read Bow's joint. Like, I can't wait to read George Pro. Just like I'm just so excited about this book, man. So yeah, that's what I'm on lately.
Right on. Thanks, guys. Well, right now we're about to be on something super dope, super fresh. Our guest tonight for the Boom Bap Chat number 97 can do it all. She can sing, she can rhyme, she can be smooth, she can be serious, spiritual, upbeat, she can be darker. She has so many styles and they're all super dope. So please join me as we welcome to the Boom Bap Chat, YaH-Ra.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Brothers.
Peace. How are you?
I'm doing really good. How are you guys?
Doing well. Yes, doing great.
Thank you for coming through.
Before we jump into the conversation, as I was saying in the intro, we like to give flowers. And what I was saying in the intro, one thing that I really appreciate about you and your style is like you're so versatile with your style. You have so many different aspects of you musically, and it's all dope. Like the singing is real fresh, and the lyricism is real fresh. But I think what's most impressive is like this. I don't know if you did it early on in your career, but like recently, these recent EPs you've put out, like you have this like really engaging voice, and it's almost like really like smooth and like jazzy. But then you have like these sinister beats, darker beats, and like the juxtaposition of the two just is really fresh and it like creates this new style. So props to you for being very original and very stylish.
I appreciate that. I definitely like to keep people on their toes, and there's definitely a juxtaposition in everything I do for sure. So you recognizing that, you're totally on par with something that an element of art that I really do include for the surprise factor.
Yeah, dope. For those that are follow our show that have not heard your music yet, like how would you describe yourself to someone that has not been exposed to you yet?
I would say that my music is hip hop, R&B fusion, East and West fusion, and it's very original. And I would say it is more calming. I don't really. I have some songs where I'm turned or like I'm yelling, but I stay in a certain vibration, like a calmer. Like that's my favorite. I like you said, I do all swags, but as far as what I offer on my personal projects, for sure, like smooth and calm.
Yeah. No, I feel your voice definitely has that calming effect for sure. And you also gave us a little G funk on that the raw EP, that last joint on there.
Yeah, I love West Coast so much.
Yeah.
It's gonna come more. Like I have a project dropping in May, so that one is more West Coast. It's actually called West Side Tales.
Mm.
Um, so that one I'll have more G Funk, but I've definitely been in more like a. I would say my pandemic art has been more dark and been
Mm.
more boom bap, or as some people say, East Coast.
Right. Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
it's hip hop, but
Sure.
it's definitely East Coast, like when it's an East Coast producer.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Profound. Almas, any thoughts, questions?
Man, I just want to say, like, I think what I've listened to, sister, is really dope. I'm just anxious to know,
Thank
like, do you ever get upset ever? Because you like so chill, and I you so chill.
You
It's
know
like,
what? That is so funny because I'm gonna tell y'all something funny. Like I was talking to my boo and I said something like, "I don't raise my voice at you," and he was like, "You don't raise your voice at anyone ever." But I definitely get mad. I'm a Taurus, so yeah, I have a three strikes thing though. Like,
Mm.
and I also do. I try to be in charge of my emotions.
Mm.
So I've matured in that way, but oh yeah, I get mad, like I cuss.
my
Like, and
mother's a
some people
Taurus.
think
I
it's
know.
funny. They think it's funny at first, and then I'm like, am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
You
I'll
can be
be like, you
yourself.
fucking bitch. No, I'm just kidding. No, but that's a funny question. I definitely do. I get mad all the time.
Yeah. Well, you say you don't really yell. Like what would take you to that point of where like you just can't deal with it in any other way and your
To
screams come out?
yell, okay, I would yell in traffic if somebody almost kills me
Okay, all right.
because I hate stupidity. I would yell like if I'm like frustrated with something like the video game, or if if I'm going through a lot. Sometimes after a long time, I'll just scream so loud. I'll just have to scream. And then if my friends are there, they laugh. Like how you guys probably are thinking, like, what does she sound like screaming? But but then they'll be like, just let it out.
Yeah, sometimes it's good. Good to
Yeah,
get it out.
sometimes you have to scream. I encourage all three of you one day this week when you're just home alone to just fucking scream.
Mm.
Like just scream as loud as your voice can take you. It's gonna feel good.
You know what? I I have kids. I have a 11-year-old and a 6-year-old, and nothing has made me want to scream more than being a parent.
See, see,
and
so
I
you. T-
and I'm telling you that there's truth to what you just said. There have been times, and I try not to yell either. I'm pretty low key dude, but
yeah,
there have been times they've taken me there, and I'm like, all right, I just need to get them out the house, drop them off at school, whatever, and then like just let it out. And it's
and
helpful. Like, yeah,
scream.
it's healthy. It's very healthy just to get it out. Because if
Yeah,
not, you
remember
just it builds up.
exactly. We're instruments, so
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
it feels good to scream because you don't scream all the time. Hopefully, so
Right.
yeah, like just scream. It'll feel good. Feel release.
Yeah. On that tip, there's I hear a spirituality when I hear your music, and I was watching an interview of you, um, and it seemed like you got excited when you started talking about like all organisms are like a universe in themselves or something like that. I'm paraphrasing and probably butchering it, but just curious to know like about your spiritual journey. Has it changed over the year, and how has it changed?
Well, growing up, I was raised in traditional, I would say, Christian church. I
Hmm.
went to different churches, like also, went to both Latin and African American type churches, you know. I listened to a lot of gospel music and still do today. Once I went on the journey of like discovering more about like my ancestors and my heritage, I didn't go to church as much, but I still developed my connection with God, I would say.
Yeah.
So I learned more like it's like a combination of like my indigenous beliefs, but I do I do read the Bible, and I also read the Quran sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just I like to be educated on religion, but then have my own personal spirituality with God,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
because
dope.
religion is history as well.
Yeah.
So you know, I'm not highly versed with the Quran like how I am the Bible, but I am familiar. I have
Sure.
picked it up. I do refer to it or read it. Like,
Yeah.
so at this point, I believe in God, and I it can show in my music sometimes. So maybe that's more what you're referring to, like my connection to the infinite power.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's dope. I feel like, you know, I feel like hip hop is like, from my experience, has always been spiritual. Like even music where people aren't talking, you know, saying specific words like spirituality or religion or God or whatever. Like
It's like
it's stuff.
speaking in code.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, if somebody knows the Quran, let's say you play a J electronica song, right?
yeah,
If you don't know the Quran, you're about to miss like you're
yeah.
gonna miss the best part. Like, so even if you don't believe in the Quran, just knowing, being
Mm-hmm.
educated and knowing what your brothers and sisters' beliefs are, that's important, you know, even if you don't comply or whatever, like if your spiritual journey is different. I have a lot of Bible references in my music,
Right.
but you don't have to be Christian to keep up or to get something. But if you know certain stories or certain things I'm saying, you're gonna get double.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
dope.
I
Mm-hmm.
was
Like the
I was gonna ask because I was curious about your name because a lot of people that are like Hebrew Israelites they have Yah in their name. So
Mm-hmm.
I was curious about that. Like, are you like when you talk about the indigenous histories, are you talking about like that from that aspect, from the
Well,
Black Hebrew Israelite that perspective?
well, the Israelites are definitely like important to our history. My
Mm-hmm.
particular name, my first musician name was Maya Huyana. And
Okay.
so YaHRa is my nickname because it's that for
Okay.
short. I wanted to change my name because I just didn't want my government like personal name. You know, like I felt weird people calling me my name that don't know
Mhm.
me.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
also feel like rap, like I need to be a superhero. So I came up with YaH-Ra, which still is short, my name even shorter. And Yah obviously means God, and
Yeah.
Ra is the Egyptian sun god.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And so I was going to be Yah Sun, but sun can be masculine. So I just picked Ra because it felt like a superhero name.
Yeah,
And it was combining like my Western, well, Yahweh is not Western, but you know, like our understanding, we know what Yah is, with the
right.
Egyptian Ra. Almost like you have to know your history, you know? Like
Yeah,
Yah is Ra. Jesus
right.
and Jesus, the Egyptian deities are comparable to the Bible, you know, like it's all related. So
Yeah,
that's kind of how my name, it's like both combined.
that's dope. I love the name. I think it has a great,
Me
you know,
too.
yeah, it's just a great
Thank
meaning,
you.
you know, now that you explained it, and it has a good sound too, you know. It's a great name. Um,
Thank you.
yeah. Something else I wanted to say to appreciate you is I heard an interview. I think you did this interview with Underground Hip Hop Blog, and you said before I did music, I was at every show. I was helping artists. I just loved hip hop. And when you said
Yeah.
that, that really like stuck out to me. I know Almas, I'm profound on the same tip. Like any time anyone is just, you know, just loves it and is just down to help and promote and advance it, it's like that's just so dope. So I just wanted to recognize that and say that's dope.
Yeah, well, thanks for like watching my other interviews. That's pretty
Yeah.
dope. And like, if we're part of the culture, we're part of the culture. Whether you're an MC or you throw events. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right.
It's okay. I'll come out right now. See, yeah. Whether we throw events or like we facilitate spins or playlists or like. So I definitely was around the culture before like I gained full courage to just begin learning to record.
Yeah. Yeah. That's dope. That's super dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. Before we go to the questions, Profound Almas, anything else?
Now we
Yeah,
can keep moving. Oh, go ahead,
uh,
Io.
no,
Yeah,
I
you
was
could,
just
Al.
gonna ask, like, just curious. Like, I always ask a lot of artists this. Like, what are you reading? Like, besides the Bible and the Quran, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are some other things that you're reading?
Currently, I'm working on rereading The Art of Seduction
Okay.
as I'm rebranding what I'm doing, like, and also How to Win Friends, is it called? How to Win Friends and Influence People.
That's
It's
Okay.
like
cool.
a longer title, The Red Book.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm about 3/4. That book is pretty interesting because when it's next to the seduction book, it's almost the two opposite like approaches.
Mm,
You feel me? Because with seduction, you're manipulating,
right.
but with the other book, it's like you be nice to people to get them to be your friends, right? Like it's
Mm,
like you're the opposite. Like
yeah.
you actually do stuff for them and you give people things. Whereas the seduction book is like how to manipulate and you know play on the weaknesses.
Yeah. Which I think is
But
good.
yeah, what are you reading?
Oh, great question. Almas, what are you on?
I'm
Or
reading.
how?
Oh, what
No, you're
happened?
good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
You're
No,
I
good.
I'm
said, what are
reading.
you reading?
I'm reading this book right here. I'm Still Here: Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness by Austin
Mm,
Channing.
Oh,
And I
nice.
can't put this book down. It's really, really good. So yeah, that's what I'm reading right now. I'm knocking this down. Really
Nice.
good. I'm almost done. So
oh, wow.
it's a really good book.
That's dope. I like that. Almas, I'm
Sorry.
sure you're
Sorry.
reading multiple books right now. I know you. You can't just read one.
You know what I'm saying?
Birdie.
You know,
Birdie's doing an interview. You guys
YaH-Ra
want
doing
to
an
see
interview.
Birdie's?
yo, peace,
We was doing
peace.
interviews today. So it's
It's
fresh day.
interview
That's
day.
YaH-Ra interview.
There we go. What's up? What's
What's
up?
poppin', y'all?
Peace, God.
Yo, peace, man. That's
I might
dope.
have to go in
That's
JR's
dope.
room.
Almas, I've been reading Michael Eric Dyson. He wrote
I'm
a
sorry,
short book on. Oh,
guys.
you're
It
good.
is just like
You're good,
it's
YaH-Ra.
so.
You're fine.
She's about to be out.
Okay, it's all good. I was just
Give
telling
me one
Almas.
second.
Oh, you're fine. I've been reading this book by Michael Eric Dyson about Jay-Z. And I
Oh,
every
Yeah.
time I pick it up, I think of you because your
I'm for
comment
real.
about like they're always writing about
One second.
Nas.
I'll be
Oh,
back in the
Exactly.
bathroom.
you're good, YaH-Ra. You're good. They're always writing about them and not like X
Yeah.
Clan and Brand
Exactly.
Nubian.
Exactly. That's what we gonna do. We go fill that lane,
Yes,
bro.
dude, totally. It's a pretty good read though. But
I know. I heard of that book, but because I may get it because you said you reading it. I'll get it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
When
that's a
when you
good
come
one.
see me, I'll hand it off to you if you want to
All right.
grab it from me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I should be done by then.
So that's
And I'm on
that's
this
what's up.
Power of the Kabbalah still, Io.
Oh, for real.
Yeah, I'm reading
Oh,
that and becoming godlike.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
okay.
So
Fire.
I'm in another room.
okay, great. So YaH-Ra, we have a question from Professor Stephen Dunn, who asks, he said, you talked about juxtaposition being important in your art. Can you give us some other examples of different types of juxtaposition in your art?
Oh, okay. So
Yo, Professor
I
Dunn, what
do
up?
want to answer this, but if I answer it too thoroughly, then I'll be giving away the sauce, I believe,
Oh,
too.
don't give away too
And
much.
so that's just some real shit, like as an
Yeah,
indie artist, right?
no
Because don't
doubt.
poach us, man. Like let's keep it a buck. But to answer that, one way that I do that's more obvious is definitely like singing with rapping.
Yeah.
I don't limit myself. Like, I don't put pressure to do either. I just do it when it feels natural.
Yep.
So I don't really have a formula for it, you know? So I think that by like not putting pressure on myself, like, oh, your album needs to rap.
Yeah.
Because they liked that, or, you know, you need to sing more. I just kind of like Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like Lauryn Hill's singing and rap, or like someone like Drake, it's kind of effortless, you know? They don't really we don't know when they're going to start singing in the middle of a verse. So I think that that's, for me, a form of juxtaposition, like sonically, that I do, that I try to keep fresh and not be like, oh, everybody in Chain is rapping, so you should rap, or, you know, like just not being predictable.
And I think it comes across as authentic because it doesn't sound gimmicky at all. It just sounds like dope music, you know. So no doubt. So we're gonna you talked about shenanigans. We're gonna try some shenanigans tonight. We are going to do the questions. We don't have the beat ready tonight. I love that beat by Common featuring,
Yeah, me too.
Yasin
We
Bey,
need to
the
start
questions.
doing that, bro.
Oh man, it's such a great beat. We don't have license for it. But anyway, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna do a few this or that questions. Oh, great.
Okay,
a few this or that questions. And I will show it. It'll be on the screen. I also say it, and you just pick one or the other. You can also pick both, and you also decline and say neither. So however you want to answer it. All right. So the first question is DJ Premier or Mad Lib?
Mad Lib.
Mad Lib. I thought you'd say Mad Lib. Yes. West Coast in full effect. All right. Next one. Uh-oh.
You're good. You can come use the bathroom, cuz.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our podcast listeners, our guest tonight, YaH-Ra, is in a very busy area. There's lots of interviews going on at the same time, so she's trying to find a quiet space.
Damn, y'all, I'm so
and she's doing a good job too. We appreciate your effort here tonight, YaH-Ra. We appreciate you. All right, next one is Nike or Adidas?
All right, next question. Nike or Adidas? Nike.
Nike. All right. Next one, breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner. Okay. Hiking in the mountains or chilling on the beach?
Both, but beach. If I have to pick one, but both.
But you like both?
Yeah, I can do both in one day.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Would you rather travel to the future or the past?
Ooh. Dang.
Yeah.
You said I can't do both?
You can do both.
I'm doing both.
You're doing both.
Out of here.
There you go. Yeah, go see the past, go to the future. All right, last one. If you could have lunch with anyone in the world, who would you sit down and have lunch with? Dead or alive?
In the world?
Either way, dead or alive.
I would say, well, assuming I can actually talk to them and not just eat.
Yes.
Right? Because if I just could eat, then that's going to be a different pick, because that's just someone to look at. So let's say it's that, then I'm going to pick Damson, Idris. But if it's someone I can like talk to,
yes,
I'm just going to say Jay-Z, just because of the whole Twitter thing. I think that's funny.
So you wouldn't take the money, you'd take the lunch.
Yeah. Let's talk to Jay-Z, because everyone was just bringing that up. I would love to talk and pick Jay-Z's mind if they would converse and not just eat and give me some game.
Totally. I would love to have a conversation with him, although I would take the money in a heartbeat for sure. All right. So YaH-Ra, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, there was this big thing on Twitter, Facebook, social media, where this guy was like, you know, do you remember YaH-Ra? What exactly it was?
He was like, would you rather have lunch with Jay-Z or take $1 million cash?
And the guy was like justifying why it would be more beneficial to take the meeting with Jay-Z.
He was like, I'd rather have lunch with Jay-Z than $1 million. Like, shut your ass up.
Like, there's no way you could pay Jay-Z $200,000 to have lunch and still pocket $800,000.
You can buy a Jay-Z feature.
Take the money. Yeah, right. Exactly. That's insane. I mean, I think I see what he was getting at, but He lost me at a million. Okay. YaH-Ra, what's next for you? What do you have coming up that you can tell the people? I know you mentioned that you have a more West
My
Coast sounding
first
album.
album's coming up.
What? First album? Yeah, because you put out mostly EPs, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, what was that? They're being
You
so loud.
That's all right. You put out mostly EPs, so this is your first album coming up. This is your first album coming up.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely. So
right on.
it'll be my first full length album I've ever dropped. Usually I do 7 songs EP,
Yep.
and it'll be my first chain album.
Oh,
So a little
really? With
pressure.
is that with Planet Asia?
Yes,
Is he gonna be
Word.
like? Is it a collaborative album or is it just your album and what
it's
his
just
thing?
mine.
Okay, gotcha. Dope.
Dope.
I don't know if he's on this one. He might not be on it. He's not.
Can you share who what the producers are on
Oh,
the
I
album?
have a lot of different producers on this one. I have a song from Polyester the Saint.
Okay.
Day One, West Coast
Yep.
producer extraordinaire.
Yes.
Iman Omari.
Okay.
Who else? Dirty Diggs.
Oh, Dirty Diggs. Yes.
Calvin Valentine.
Oh, yes.
I got some.
Okay. Got some
This is
heat.
one of my only
Yes.
projects that's made by a bunch of different people.
Mm,
So
okay.
it's very variety, like trail mixy with the
Yeah.
beats.
I love it. I love that description, trail mixing. That's dope.
Yeah.
Um, I know you have a lot going on there and you got to run away soon, but can you do one more little activity with us?
Are you gonna make me rap?
No, I'm not, no. I mean,
Okay.
you can if you want. No.
And we
It's
can ready
a
to put her on the spot. She got a freestyle.
nah.
Yo,
I hate
I came in with no, I'm just kidding.
I've never liked when people said that, man. Nah.
No, I'm
No,
playing. So
it's
what do you need from me? Tell
it's
me.
it's a little game we call one word. I'll show you album cover and you just say the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. So we just got a few here. First one, you mentioned her name. We got the Miseducation of
Woo, you
Lauren
got it on
Hill.
deck. Okay,
There
so
you go.
you're just a mastermind. My first word is just iconic.
Iconic. Okay. Yeah. I feel that.
Iconic in my
I'm
life, but in general, the drop was iconic.
yeah, definitely. That album was a big inspiration for you, yeah?
Oh yeah, it was one of the first albums I ever bought for myself as a
Mm.
kid.
Okay. Right on.
And one of the first albums I would read the lyrics to.
Oh, that's
She had the
dope.
lyrics printed in them. As you all know, most
Yes.
CDs did.
Yes. I missed that actually. I love that. All right.
Yeah.
Next one. I promise I didn't steal it. I bought it from the library, so it still has tags on it. We got American Gangster by Jay-Z.
Ooh, okay.
What do you think?
So
One word.
the word that comes to my mind with this one is evolution.
Evolution. Why evolution?
Well, Jay-Z, I believe before this album, some people would say he was cooling down. He was getting rich, comfortable.
Yep.
30 is the new 20, Jay-Z.
Right.
Got Beyonce, Jay-Z, all this stuff. But I believe that him doing this movie soundtrack, this was the unofficial one, right? Let's be clear. That wasn't the movie soundtrack, but that's the Hood movie soundtrack.
Right.
But the
yes.
fact that Denzel allowed him to do that let him go back into his younger days. So he was able to rap almost, on his Blueprint swag again, or, that Renegade swag. Like he was kind of able to take a trip back with the cinema. And so we kind of seen a lot of Jay-Z's evolution around this time, I think. And then we got to see him go back into his, D-boy days.
Right. Yes.
So I love Jay-Z's evolution.
Yeah, you mentioned cinema, very cinematic album for sure. And
Man,
watching
it's
the
crazy.
movie, then listening to that, it's like wow. And what I love about it is like he doesn't achieve success in the end. Fallen. Like I love that it's like more realistic picture of what really happens.
No, it directly mirrored the movie.
Yeah.
And even though it wasn't the official soundtrack, it was to us, like,
Yeah,
and
totally.
to Denzel. If
Right,
Denzel says it's the soundtrack, then Jay-Z's gonna put his foot in it, and he made them see why it should have been probably the the whole movie thing. No shade to
right.
the movie soundtrack's good too, but I'm saying how they keep hip hop out of things that we
Yeah,
should be a part of.
totally,
So
totally.
yeah, evolution for sure. And Jay-Z was like, "Oh, let's not ever forget where I come from."
Yeah, yeah, dope. All right, this next album, it's not a very known album, so if you don't know it, you can comment on the artists. But it is Planet Asia and Rasco, How the West Was Won.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, for this one, I'm about to just say I think that the key word is West Coast.
Yeah.
It's unapologetic, even in the title. And West Coast Underground, definitely we rap with the chip on our shoulder sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I like that fighting spirit because we have culture here too. We just have to work a little harder
Yeah.
to be embraced.
Yeah.
So I would say undeniable West Coast, if I can say
Und-
2 words.
you can do it. You can do it. That's fine. All right. Last one. All Eyes on Me by
Oh
Tupac.
man, so this album, I'm gonna say this one special.
Special.
Yeah,
Why
this one's
special?
special. The cover's special. The cover is such a beautiful picture. It's so like it's such a like it's like of the time. Like him and Biggie's covers were just so like a timestamp to me.
Hmm.
Like as far as cultural and like what was in the swag, the jewelry, the rapper, like the whole essence.
Yeah.
And then every album, every song, no skippers.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. And a lot of songs. Man,
Yeah, no
double album.
skippers.
Right on. Well, thank you for playing along. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The final thing we do, because it's a hip hop show, we always give our shout outs. So we'll give some of ours and then we'll toss it to you, YaH-Ra, and you can give the final shout outs of the night. Does it sound good?
Sounds great.
Awesome. All right, great. Profan, who you want to shout out tonight, my man?
I want to shout out my mute button. Able to get my mute button off. But real quick, I want to shout out to sis YaH-Ra for coming through. Definitely dope, feeling your vibe and all of that, man. And
Thank you.
the whole crew, my Boom Bap brothers, Till, Io, Bo, Stowe, Joe, man, and just man, I'm giving a shout out to love and light today, man. Like for everybody,
no
man.
doubt.
Just sending love and light and positivity to everybody, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I like that. Iomas, who you want to shout out?
Man, Boom Bap Chat Brothers, pro named them. Shout out to Steve Dunn out there, Professor Dunn. Respect. Yeah, man, shout out to that native tongue era, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been digging hard in that native tongue era, man.
Look at that shit.
Jungle Brothers, Tribe, Drez, all of them, bro. Black Sheep. So shout out to that era. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's it, man. My mom coming through tomorrow. I get to see my mother.
Shout out to Mom.
Shout about that. Shout out to Ma Dukes. You know what I'm saying?
Mama Io,
Mama Io.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Definitely shout out. Oh, go ahead, Profan.
I was gonna ask, is she cooking, Io?
Did I cook
Yeah,
tonight?
bro.
She cooking, bro?
Yeah, when she coming,
Man.
You're talking about Iomas's mom.
Yeah,
Oh, she gotta cook, right?
Yeah.
Heck
No
yeah.
doubt.
For
Well,
sure.
y'all definitely want to shout out Iomas's mom. Shout out to you. Shout out to Shorty Nomas. He's gonna be here next Thursday. Super excited about that. And I just want to shout out YaH-Ra for coming and
Thank you.
joining us and hanging out and sharing a little bit of your story with us, and for all the dope, fresh music you've been putting out. Really looking forward to this your first full album. Can't wait to scoop that up and listen. So yeah, just shout out to you and everything you're on and everything you're doing. Just much success and peace to you. So shout out to you, and I'll let you take it from here.
I appreciate it, man. Shout out to y'all for this amazing, just like super organized, super fly platform you got going on. And thank you for caring about my art.
Yeah.
That means the world to me. And shout out to Gold Chain. Again, the house is pure chaos right now. Shout out to Huss because it's his birthday. Y'all go stream Huss Kingpin tonight for his birthday. He deserves it. And yeah, shout out to everybody who be playing my music because without y'all, this wouldn't even matter, really.
Word up. And on that note, we say
Peace.
peace. Yes.
Yeah.